All righty, we're going to go ahead and get started. So, good evening. How is everybody? Weather's still a little crazy, different parts of the country. It's actually supposed to get cold here again. We need that like a hole in the head, but it is what it is. But I hope you guys all and guys and gals all had a great week. April and I had a fabulous week, and both with the business and personally, I just want to say thank you again to our Chicago team. Wednesday, we were up in Chicago, and they were so sweet and so kind. We did a meeting up there, but they surprised me for my birthday and had some cakes and hors d'oeuvres and champagne, and really made it a special one. So thanks again, folks. I really appreciate it. Um, and then of course, the fog was there the next morning and we got fogged in at Midway Airport, but who cares? It's like we did get home. We had the sweetest lady at Midway Airport just work like crazy to get us on a flight. Because everything was canceled. But and then we played pickleball this weekend. I got to tell you, folks, I don't care how you exercise or what you do for fun, but man, if you want to do something social that gives you an opportunity to meet a lot of new people, I'll tell you, it's been about 9 or 10 months since I started playing for the first time. And honestly, I can tell you, I have made more friends in the last 8 or 9 months than I made in the last 8 or 9 years. It is mind-boggling how social it is, especially around tournaments and stuff. And we had a good weekend. We almost won 3 medals, but we did win 2. So we got a bronze and we also got a silver today. So, but anyway, we have a lot of stuff to talk to you about. It's the end of the month. And I was telling Dan earlier before everybody was logging in, the end of the month, if you haven't experienced it, I pray that you do soon. Okay, because we got, let's say, three days plus tonight, okay, left in the month. And if you haven't experienced it, you don't know it yet, but you could do so much business in 3 or 4 days at the end of the month that you could almost match what you did for the first 3 weeks. It's mind-boggling what goes on. And and this is why I'm saying, if you haven't experienced it, you have to realize that somebody downline catches fire, okay? And they start doing things and they start moving through ranks and they start earning, different things at promotions and specials and things like that. But how many levels do we get paid? Last time I looked, it was 9. Okay, we have a 9-level payout. And again, you got to move up a few ranks to get all 9, but we have a 9-level payout. So you do realize that when somebody catches fire downline from you, 9 people above that person are seeing it and getting paid on it. Now, what do you think happens from an excitement level when that begins? Okay, in this business, and you've heard April and I talk about it a lot, excitement is the key. Okay, nothing is more important when you're building this business than sincere, real excitement. Okay, no fake, nothing, just as real as it gets. And that is the way, we used to call it, you find a building block down under and just work with it, and you can light the whole thing on fire. Okay, this is a business that ignites from the bottom up. Okay, that's how it happens. And we're in a fun place right now. Kenneth is going to speak to you in a second, and he's working towards, and forgive me, I have to lose my mindset from the old ranks. I still don't have the letters right, and I'm sorry, I should, but I don't. Okay, but Kenneth is running towards 40,000. I'm not sure what that is. It might be
MC3.
MC3.
MC3, yeah.
Okay, So he's running towards that. His new recruit this month, Liam, is running for 10,000. So April, what is 10?
MC1.
MC1.
Which is a pivotal rank, very important.
It's pivotal rank, okay? And we, for the first time since, Evolve started, and, and many of we have two businesses, but we're running for EC1, for 80,000. And a lot of other people are moving through the ranks, especially down under Liam and under Kenneth. There's just a lot of stuff going on. It makes it fun, folks. It makes it absolutely, crazy and fun. And, we had a first happen. And the first that happened, and let me go to my screen and I'll explain it to you. But, it's always really cool when someone on your team is the first to do something when the company announces it. Okay. And many of you know, and, have met or know Kenneth. Okay. But Kenneth is the first one in the company, okay, to in 1 month, and you could have only done it this month because they only announced it, a few weeks back. But he's the first LifeVantage consultant to earn all 5 tracks in 1 month. The company's freaked out. I know he's been getting calls from everybody, but we're so proud and so excited for him. And Kenneth, I've asked Kenneth to share a little bit with you tonight on how he's doing it, what he's doing, how his team is helping him do it, and things like that. So, Kenneth, could you unmute yourself and join us, please?
Sure. Can you hear me?
You sound great.
Perfect.
It's all yours, and congratulations, Kenneth.
Yes.
I mean, you're the first in the
that's-
world to do it, the first in the country, the first on our team. It's a lot of firsts, but congratulations. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's exciting. I'm hoping in the next few days that I can earn my 6th and 7th, right? And then the company will have to make a decision. Nah, just kidding. We'll see, right? But I think it's I love competition, as obviously with my background coaching the Olympics, competition and me, they go hand in hand. And I really don't like leaving money on the table. We were having some talks with some of our teams here this week, and once an opportunity is there, take it. So I spend a little time looking at what can we do, what needs to be done, and then you just gotta plug away, right? Now it's pretty simple, right? There's 3 different ways to earn tracks, or like tickets, or whatever you want to call them. They call them tracks, right? You can win one or earn 1 track when you have 4 enrollments. The customers have to be on subscription with at least 100 volume, and at least 1 has to be a consultant. So if you have 1 consultant and 3 customers, that's 1 track. So I looked at this, I'm like, well, there was some pretty cool gifts, right? A ring light, I have that, the little hit pack or the Nike gift card. Well, I was like, okay, that's $100. I can do that. So I got that done pretty quickly. Then I said, well, if I can do it once, I could do it twice, right? And 3 times and 4 times. So, I actually ended up in a situation where I did that 3 customers and 1 consultant 4 times. So that was 4 tracks. And then another way to do it is by growing your sales volume by 500. So they take the sales volume from October, November, December. They do the average, and if you can increase that by 500 this month, well, then you can earn another track. And we'll still see if that one pans out. It's a little harder because there has to be subscriptions, and so it's hard to win in January, I think, as I understand it. It's probably one, if you add some subscriptions in January, maybe you have a better chance of doing that one in February, right? Because then you can really move it up. And then the last one is to either yourself qualify for Senior Consultant 1 the first time, or have somebody in your downline qualify as SC1 for the first time. That's 2,000 in volume to do that. And Liam, as Bob mentioned earlier, is on fire right now, and is already an SC2, working on SC3 and getting all the way up to MC1. So, I'd encourage you all to, once these promotions come out, and look at them, study them, and find out, what do I have to do, right? I mean, I'm earning all the commissions, all the bonuses on everything that's happening, right? I'm a 4-time diamond, so getting 30% on all sales, that's really nice, right? And I was looking at this and I was like, holy smokes, I have an opportunity to earn another $2,000 in gifts. Like, why not? Right? So I look at it this way. If you haven't earned any tracks right now, well, set yourself a goal, earn 1 or 2, right? It's so doable. There's a huge opportunity to earn free stuff. I mean, when you look at it, I mean, who wouldn't want? I know I told my wife, how about a $200 Lululemon gift card? She's like, go for it, right? And my son, he was already, well, that Apple Watch, that's for me. I'm like, well, what am I having? Right? So it's kind of funny. So, look at the deals here, make a plan, and just go for it. Make it happen. If we do money producing activities every day, things happen. If we just sort of sit and scroll and do nothing, well, nothing happens. But money producing activities, or in this case, track producing activities, well, then they will start racking up, and then we can all smile, right? So,
Well, we'll all be pushing. Congrats, though, Kenneth. That is
that's fun.
really, really, really awesome. So thanks again. Thanks for taking a few minutes to talk to everybody. So I'm going to go to the next slide, folks. And let me see if I just need to, I want to move this. Okay. One of the things I want to talk to you a little bit about is, every Sunday night we seem to have 40 to 50 folks on this, fast start training. And, Fred's team joins. There's some other teams that have been participating, and, so a lot of you are on our team, with me in April. But you know what? Our Sunday night is one team. Okay. And, you hear LifeVantage talk about, one team. Well, everyone that's plugging in, and welcome to all the new folks that are on tonight. There's a lot of new names on that just enrolled recently. A lot of them are on Liam's team, and Liam, great job, for what you're doing, and, anything we can do or continue to do to help you, you can count on us. But this is kind of a team on Sunday night. Sometimes it's Monday, depending on, what's going on. But most of the time we're doing Sunday nights. And once a month, and most of you are aware of this. If you're new, you may not be. But once a month, we do a team, opportunity presentation. And we've been calling it a launch Zoom. But, it's a live presentation. And you can see the invite there in the red. Okay. But we do it at 8:30. Normally it's on a Monday night, okay, at 8:30 Eastern time. And the Zoom ID number is there, which happens to be the same Zoom ID number for tonight, okay, that you use tonight. It'll be the same number for tomorrow night. So what I'm going to do when we finish up, okay, is resend you the invite through text, repost it on the Facebook page, okay, and resend you the blue and white invite in the middle. Now the one on the left, the red, that's, you can post that, you can do whatever you want with that. But the one in the middle, that link will be live. Okay, so you can use that so people have a live link to plug into. Okay, but I made some notes on the right saying our team Zoom is tomorrow, but let's have a common goal, folks, okay, as a team. Now, I don't know, I know many of you, because I see your names, and April and I are on a lot of them, have been plugging into Carrie and Tara and the Zooms, that the opportunity presentations that they've been doing on Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. And man, oh man, what an amazing number of speakers that are doing a great job with that. I mean, it's been amazing. But, Kenneth said something, and if you're in this business, you're probably competitive. You know, it was funny. You know, watching April and I played mixed doubles yesterday. Friday, April was playing women's doubles. Today, I was playing men's doubles with pickleball. And and it's just funny. It's, you know, everybody's just so competitive. I love it. You know, and I'm competitive for April when she's playing with her partner. You know, she's competitive for me. And, you know, this is an opportunity, folks, where we need to find our competitive juices. And let's make it a point to all have guests on tomorrow night, at least one. You know, there's 47 of us on now. You realize if we each have one guest, we're going to be close to 100 members, okay? And I'll be honest, my Zoom only holds 100. It would be fun to fill it up where nobody else could get on. And, you know, the prime time, and April may mention this to you because she's going to do some training on end of the month things in a moment. But, you know, the best time is to catch people either tonight or early tomorrow for tomorrow night. It's the best time to do it. You really shouldn't be given too much advance notice because too many things get in the way. And when you remind them in the morning or afternoon, hey, join me tonight, okay, there's a good chance they'll join you tonight. You give them a reminder a few minutes before it starts. And just remember, tomorrow night, we keep it to 30 minutes. We will not go beyond that. And it's 8:30 instead of 8 o'clock. Sundays are 8 o'clock. These launch Zooms are 8:30. But, you know, let's support everyone from our teams. And let's all be on tomorrow night with at least one guest. And really, and think about it. It's the 29th. You got guests on tomorrow. You got tomorrow night and 2 full days, you know, up to midnight on Wednesday night to get that customer order in or to get that consultant started. What a fun way to end the month, you know, and there's not going to be any extension this month. You know, the first 2 days of the month, they're going to be turning off the computer because we're going to be Canada and Europe and Mexico. There's 3 or 4 other countries or continents that are joining us with, you know, collagen and or evolve or both. And it's a very exciting time, you know, to be with everyone. But we look forward to seeing you tomorrow night. Let's everybody, even if you hadn't thought about it before I just mentioned it, let's have everybody on tomorrow night. It's just a half hour and have a guest or 2 watching with you. It's so much fun when you have a new guest on with you. So with that, and I will send this out fresh and post it fresh. So you have it, okay, right on your phone or right in the Facebook group. But April has some great tips for you on closing out the month of January. So I'm going to stop the share and I am going to turn it over to April. So April, it's all yours.
All right, thanks. Good evening and congrats, Kenneth. I'm just glad you're with us. So excited about that. But anyway, so I'm going to go through like some housekeeping notes. You know, one of the things that Bobby mentioned real briefly, but this is really important. This is in your business. You know, I don't always see as much, particularly when I am sponsoring new people or gathering customers. You've heard me, I let them fall in when they're ready to go. But you will not have access to the computer, definitely February 1st, but it may go into February 2nd. So you need to keep that in mind. The company would hate for them to hear what I'm about to say. Get the information, get the credit card, put it in yourself, get the order, get the money. Don't give them 2 days to get back to them to try to get it back. You know, I would just say, you know, go ahead and do it for them, you know, collect it and do that. So again, that's 2 days. That's Thursday and Friday that you probably definitely Thursday, but last time they did it really quick, if you remember. So it's a good time. It's the 1st, but still, if you've got any orders in too, or you're not sure you're qualified, you really need to make sure, you know, one of the things that maybe you need to write in your calendar and get used to is making sure that you are qualified to get paid. I know Bobby and I, we spend that last day in particular. Many of you have gotten notices from us, but you need to make sure that you have, well, depending on where you are, but most everyone, after you've got 2,000 in sales, you need $300 or 300 SV, 150 can be from you, the 150 from the customer, or all from the customer, but make sure, that you have that in. If you're not sure where to look on that computer, ask us. There's 2 screens there. Those first 2 screens will tell you everything you need to know. If you've got a substantial business, make sure your lines are in balance as well too. And if you need help with that as it's building, but definitely make sure you call it. This is a month in particular, if you're not accustomed to placing orders, there's some other things going on. When they do shut down February 1st and 2nd, they're going to do some cleaning up of some old customers, old consultants, distributors, whatever you want to call them. So if you've got a customer that has not placed an order in 3 years, I wouldn't even consider them a customer at that point. But if you want to go in and grab some names and numbers or things while you still have access to it, you want to take some screenshots, whatever you want to do to keep that data. If you don't do it in your phone or whatever, go ahead and do that. You do have to the 1st, but anybody old that hasn't placed an order in 3 years as a customer is going to disappear. If you've got a
April, let
consultant,
me share this. If you've been around a while, like, Fred and some of the other folks on here, get with your company representative and ask them to download your entire genealogy from the day you joined, okay, until now, and send it to you before they turn the computer off. We just got one, okay? So they will do it, but you're going to have to ask a request on that. We had like 12,000 names and we wanted them, and so we can reach out and just, and again, 99% of them are dead in the weeds, okay? But there's always some that can be resurrected. And once they're deleted, they are free agents to sign again with anybody. Okay, whether it's a consultant or a customer, they are free to re-up if they've been deleted from the system. We're talking 3 years and beyond. Okay, yeah. So go ahead, April. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And so consultants, and do that. Get what because I know Cheryl just typed in that it is not all the information is in there. Not the email addresses are in there. A lot of the phone numbers are not in there. So you're going to want to go ahead and, take that information, particularly some of us that have some really large groups there. So I did customers, consultants are a year. And this is not because our company wants to get rid of people or anything. This is an FTC thing, again, trying to be compliant when you're a publicly traded company. They want to keep the amount of consultants and customers. They want to keep that ratio going. So that's, really important. And that's the big reason that they're doing that. So they want to go ahead and clean that up as well. So, you'd want to be looking for people or whatnot. So again, I mentioned the qualified. The other thing I want to just talk to you a little bit more about, I'm going to get into some creative, almost, ways that you can do the business that have been a question. I've actually come across it twice this last week, but the other thing you want to do, not only for you, but particularly you're really maybe part-time people, look at the gem ranks, because people leave a lot of money, and Kenneth alluded to this a little bit. People leave a lot of money on the table with the gem ranks. If you're like if you're like 450 points and you just need another 50 or something, you collect 5% on that whole 500 points. So it's another $25, but maybe you only bought a NRF2, which you're going to use next month. It's kind of like getting
a customer bought it. A customer bought
customer, yeah. It's kind of like getting, free product there or whatever. So, you want to be sure that you're looking at pushing to get to that next rank, so you got 5% on all that the customer bought. Then you go up to another 10% and that's on 1,000. So that's another 100. Then I think it goes up to 2,000 and you can get another 500. And then like if you're a diamond or something, it could be the difference, of $800 or something. So you want to make sure that you're watching these percentages, that you're not getting close up to whatever the borderline is for whatever gem rank it is, and then leaving it on there if you're close. I mean, sometimes people need not even a hand cream. I mean, some of these numbers come super close. So, if you're not familiar with where the gem ranks are, for yourself and for your organization, that's something, you certainly want to be aware of, because, all these little amounts can help go ahead and push volume that way as well. So this is a little bit of creative financing that I came up, and this may be a sign of the times. I have some consultants that are in the business, and they have come across people that find it too expensive to buy maybe a whole pack, maybe to do the 249 or the 309 something. They're finding the economy, they're worried about it. Do they want to make money? Maybe not, but maybe they just, you'd like them to be a customer. Some of the things that you can do as far as creative financing is, if you get them to purchase the $50, to be a consultant, the price of the collagen comes down to $139. But look at what happens, and this is the goal this is what I'm thinking. I want to reduce the price of the collagen for this person. So it's not a gift. I'm not just signing them up as a consultant so they can get it at $139, because they may think that that's too much. But what I'd like to see them do is go out and talk to some people and actually, refer somebody else, sign somebody else as a customer. Because when they do that, they get that $17.50. So now that $17.50 comes off the $139. So collagen just got a whole lot cheaper. They refer 2 customers. Collagen is only $100 now. Now it's really starting to get into play, and then if they do 5 customers, they can be just about slick. So they can get their product for free. So you're kind of motivating them. Just say, hey, you don't even have to say you're in the business. If you just talk to some people, I'll help you with that. But they can get their collagen close to free, or they can get it to free. And you never know which one of those customers that they sign up, somebody just says to them, and this happens a lot, with people that I know, with my customers and stuff, somebody sees them and says, what's with your face? Laser, what'd you do? Tell me, I want it. You've gotten some results. Your skin's looking great. I want this product. So a lot of times people just using the product, somebody asks them, and it becomes a very easy sell. They're truly not even selling, they're sharing. They're just sharing the product. So again, this isn't for like a big player or somebody that's looking at it strictly as business, but this is a customer that you want that is saying, well, I don't know, it seems pricey. I don't know if I can afford it every month. Maybe you've had the question like, well, what kind of results will I get in 30 days? Do I have to use it every month afterwards, or can I use it every other day or whatever? So if money truly comes into play for just being a user of the product, and they're really not thinking of doing a business. And this is also great for the person. A lot of times, us ladies are like, I don't think I could sell. I want to use the product. Looks like you got some great results, but I don't think I could sell this. I really don't know. Will you help them refer, 1 or 2 people where they pick up the customers? Again, they're getting a discount on their product, but it also builds some, like self-esteem or some confidence in them to be able to start. So it's a really, to start to talk to people, it's really a very backdoor approach. So again, if you're struggling to, talk to some of these ladies and you're coming up against money, and maybe they feel like, that 157 is just not part of the monthly budget for them to be able to spend on a product, just show them how to make money and how simple it is. And when you really dummy it down and just bring it back down to low dollars, which again is not a fit for everyone. I mean, you could scare a person equally with lowballing these numbers. But again, if they do have a problem with, kind of spending that money, this is a backdoor approach. And you never know who they get in as a customer, who you can talk to, who may go on and build a big business. You just don't know. And that's the beauty of this game. We always kind of need to be, looking over people's shoulders, because you just don't know. You just don't know who they know and who it's going to lead you to. And, we've got 32 years of experience, and I can tell you, when every once in a while somebody just surprises us, blows us away, Kenneth, Liam, that whole line, but we can say that about Catalina's line. I mean, these are just, who knows, you just don't know. Look, they've got it going on in Myrtle Beach. I mean, there's areas that things are really popping that you know, I'm sure, you know, and I think back to when Bobby and I got in this industry, you know, the first guy Bobby invited himself to a meeting. The guy didn't even think Bobby was worthy of the opportunity. Do you hear that? Didn't think Bobby was worthy of the opportunity. Right now, anybody would take Bobby. Any company would take him in a heartbeat, but they didn't think at that point he was worthy. Even after we showed up to the meeting and joined, he didn't really think we were worthy. Nobody knew. We were untested, unproven, unknown. Nobody knew what we could build. They prejudged us, just didn't think that we could ever do it. You know, whether it was the way we talked or the way we looked or the way we dressed, who knows what it was that they prejudged. So you can't do that to people. You have to give them the opportunity. You have to make them feel good about what can happen with this business. You know, it's a legit lottery when you think about it. You know, you can help people do whatever they want, whether they want to just have a community of people to be around, whether they want to be healthy or whether they want to make money. This is the perfect place for everyone to be. And if you're competitive like some of us, it's an even better place. I mean, you know, it allows you to compete at your own level with whatever you want to do. So, you know, I just wanted to bring that about, because the more ways that you can talk to a person and you can listen to them and you can figure out a path for them to do the business, that's the winner. That's the person that wins. So keep that in mind. Also, if you have people like tonight, like I know some Sunday night, we hear Sunday night's not good. When we were doing Monday night was not good. You know, it goes back and forth. We can't please everybody.
No night is good, you know.
No night's good. So all you need to do is go back to the Facebook group, tag them in the recording of this. You know, Bobby usually has it up later tonight, if not in the morning. So go back and simply tag them in the group. So and then, you know, they'll get notice if they're on Facebook or not. So, you know, again, you can make sure that the information's in front of them. You can kind of lead them to that water. If they drink, they drink. If they don't, they don't. But if they don't drink, then, you know, you don't want to waste your time there too. So that's, you know, that's going on there. So, you know, just those little tidbits there. So, Bobby?
Well, I'm going to open it up for any questions, but just a reminder, folks, that Nashville is getting closer. You know, it was announced a while back and it's getting closer. If you haven't seen on the Facebook page, I think it was Ashlyn Whitaker posted all the different hotels surrounding, you know, there's so many hotels and the rooms are very, very reasonably priced, surrounding, you know, the Gaylord Opryland Resort area where the, you know, where the meeting is, you know, the whole conference is going to be. I don't know if we mentioned this. April and I are very honored. They asked us to train from the main stage in Nashville. So we will have an opportunity to train from the main stage. I can't give you details on this, but April was asked to train from the main stage of someone else's network marketing business. April is good friends and she got a call out of the blue and was really taken back. And so as we get the final details on dates and times of that, we'll let you know. But let's, you know, the one thing I want to share, and then you can unmute and ask any questions. When you see folks on here, and, you know, Fred's done it a zillion times, offered his assistance in Canada, you know, if needed. And, you know, we're all one team on Sunday nights and you hear some things come up and, you know, leverage each of us, folks. Leverage what you hear, leverage what you see. You and I and April and everybody on here, we are all friends. Okay. And we are here to help each other build the business. So leverage. You know, when you're in Nashville, if you got guests there and you see April or me on stage, say, hey, those are the folks I work with every Sunday night. Would you like to meet them? And bring them over, you know, and introduce us and do that. Bring them over to Kenneth and say, hey, you know, Kenneth was the first one in the world to get 5 tracks after they you'll meet Liam. You know, Liam will be there and he's going to have a lot of his team there. And they're doing a phenomenal job, especially in the Vietnamese business community. It's mind-boggling. It's just blowing my mind. I'm so excited by what they're doing. And so whoever you see on the call, you've seen Catalina, Dr. Grigi, you've seen Dr. Castori. everyone will be there, okay, in Nashville. So don't miss the opportunity to introduce people to your business partners and your friends, okay, and leverage it as much as you can. So we're a little bit over tonight, but we're happy to leave the mic open. So if you want to ask a question or introduce yourself, if you're here for the first time and want to say hello, please do. Okay, so anyway, the unmute yourself and you're welcome to speak. April, great job, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
I just have one question.
Just one, Jaya?
Just one.
Okay.
You know, I see all my consultants and customers in the app. That will be working.
The app will be shut down for the 2 days.
Yeah.
Oh,
Everything is going to be shut down for 2 days. Okay.
Okay.
And it probably, and honestly, we're saying 2 days, but we were the first to get it in the United States and it wasn't shut down for 2 days, but they're leaving themselves a cushion. Okay. And they should leave themselves a cushion. I would be surprised if it took more than 1 day, but we got to figure on being disconnected for 2 days and the app will be down. Okay. So everything will be down. And so that's your question, Jaya? Yeah, the app will also be down. Yeah. Anyone else? Feel free. Just unmute.
Hello, I have a question, please.
Hey, Catalina, thanks again. You guys were so freaking awesome Wednesday night. I know it was a group effort. I know Jaya was involved and Lucian, yourself and your team, but thank you again.
And the salami was awesome.
That is super. So my question is this: when I look in the profiles, when you click on the person's name, some people have 0 like sales volume, but they have something in their SV. You know, let's say 112, but have 0 sales volume and group sales volume. So which one is real? The SV, I mean this means that the card did not go through, but it was documented as if it did, but it reflects in the sales volume, or I don't understand.
The only time that's if you have volume in the SV for sales volume, it will always be in the OV, organizational volume. It will be there too. If it is not, okay,
right,
if
no,
it
no,
is
no.
not,
In the
it's
order.
because there was a return on the product. When they refund or return the product, and I know I did one for Dalia the other day. When that happens, they normally leave the points there, but they deduct the volume for commissionable volume. You don't get paid on it, but otherwise it will never be in SV and not be in OV. They're the same. You know, they both count.
Okay, I'll play my screen and I'll show you what I mean. So because I think
Wait till after the call and we'll do it. Okay.
okay.
You can go over it with April as soon as we finish. But
Okay, sounds good.
but you know, the qualified number, folks, for people that are just in the first rank or two, is it 150, April, for the first couple ranks?
Yeah,
We
150,
always say
200,
300.
Yeah.
We always say 300 because as soon as you got a little bit of business under you, it's 300. Okay,
it's-
but only 150 of the 300 can be purchased by you. Okay, only 150. You can buy 5,000. Nobody cares how much you buy, but only $150 counts towards the 300. The other 150 or more has to come from customers. Now, April mentioned something earlier, okay? You never, ever, ever will need to worry about being qualified if you put a group of customers together. You would never need to buy a nickel's worth of product if you didn't want it. You need to get yourself over the 300 mark in customer volume, and you're always qualified. Like every month for life, you would always be qualified if you have at least 300 in customer volume. But you only need 150 in customer volume if you have 150 in personally. Okay. So just if you want to make a note, it cannot all be done with a personal purchase, but it can all be done with customer orders. And once, that's why when you hear us talk about Onyx and Emerald and Sapphire and Diamond, if you reach even the first level of Onyx, you're qualified every month. That you're Onyx, you're always qualified. Doesn't matter if you order something or not. Okay, and that's why we talk about it, because it's immediate income, it's additional profit, and you're always qualified. So that's why we talk about it a lot. Maybe we didn't explain it the way I just did, but it makes you always qualified to get paid. So next, anyone else?
Yeah, Bobby, can I just jump
Yeah, go ahead, Fred.
in for a moment? Fred up in Canada. So we're super excited up in Canada because we're getting the starting February 2nd, 3rd, when the computer opens up. And that's true in Europe too. So folks, the LifeVantage is now becoming unified even more than it's been, because we're all on the same comp plan. And so in Europe, so we're excited about that. We're excited about having liquid collagen in our market and having a healthy glow stack. And and instead of explaining the old way and the new way and the 2% and the 10%,
there's one way.
now I can
That's
explain
it.
one way, and that's it. And I'm excited about that. This is so let's rock and roll, because the company's moving, and team unity's moving. So
Everything's
we're
moving.
excited.
So, but yeah, the sooner the
Yes.
world is on Evolve, the easier it'll be. I mean, it's
Oh yeah,
yeah. Anyone else?
we're excited.
Are we good? All right. So one last thought, folks. Write this down. Tomorrow night, 8:30 Eastern. You want to be on it. Same Zoom number we used tonight. And you want to have at least one or two guests with you. Let's try and run that number up to 100. Okay. That's the number that we have eligible to log in for Zoom. And I'd love to have a bigger account in the future. So let's reach out to anyone we've thought about, anyone we've talked to, every prospect. But anyway, thanks for joining. Thank you all for the kind birthday wishes and the congratulations with the pickleball medals and all of that stuff. We appreciate it. But we got three days plus tonight. Let's finish the month strong. Let's get everybody to the rank they're trying to get to. Let's get everybody to the gemstone that they're trying to get to. So have a good night, and thank you for logging in. Appreciate you all.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks, Bob and April. Great to call.
Bye-bye, guys.
Thank you.
Ladies.
Bye.